In today's video, I'm going to give you a simple equation that determines how anxious you're going to feel. Yes, I did say maths, I'm sorry, equations, algebra. Oh, that sounds like fun. But it will be useful. Please stay tuned. Check it out. Hi, I'm Christopher Paul Jones, and as promised, here's a bit of maths for you on your anxiety, on your fear, on your phobia. What determines how anxious you are? So the first thing is, what's the likelihood of the danger? Or better put still, what's the perceived likelihood? Because very often when we have anxieties, when we have fears, our perception of this thing that we fear happening is actually much less likely than it is. But what's your perception? What do you believe the likelihood of this thing happening? And then if it did happen, if the odds of it happening did occur, how bad would it be? If this thing occurred, it'd be the end of the world, or would it? And what you do is multiply those two together, and that determines how anxious you feel. But there is some good news, because you want to divide that by your perceived ability to cope. Now, very often people so underestimate their ability to actually cope with situations. And so often when people come to me, when clients come to me with fears, phobias and anxieties, they often say, when I was in the moment, it was actually not that bad. When it did happen, it wasn't that bad. It was actually the build-up, the anticipation, all the weeks and months of worry that led up to that. But actually when I was in it, I was okay. So what's your perceived ability to cope with that? And how real is that? Are you stronger than you think you are? Or what would need to happen for you to up that? And the next thing is perceived help from others. As I said in a previous video, very often when we create anxieties, it's because we looked around and felt there was no support mechanism there. How much support do we feel we get from other people? And once again, is that a belief or is that true? How true is it really? Do you have more support than you feel? Because very often when you're anxious, you actually go, oh, I'm all alone, no one understands me, no one cares, and it's not true. Or sometimes when you're living in this anxiety, you've actually cut yourself off from other people. So the people who could help don't think you want their help, don't realize that you need their help. So again, what could you do to up that? So if you add those two together and divide it by the top one, the danger and how bad it would be, you've got how anxious you feel. So that's the equation for you. But I think the important thing is, how can you change that? What could you do to up your perceived ability to cope? Could you work on your confidence? Could you change that? What about your support mechanism? What could you do to know that you are supported, to change your perceptions around that, to change your fears? And the likelihood of the danger, your belief about the danger, how true is that belief? Could you challenge that belief? Could you change that? Could you reduce that? Any of these four quadrants, if you up the bottom two and reduce the second two, is really going to make a massive impact on how you feel. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Till next time, I'm Christopher Paul Jones.